I think Peter wants to talk to you. Okay, it was Sugar Sugar by the Archies. And maybe that was the song that was playing in the dressing room of the McGill football team in 1969. So our final inductee today is a group. It's the 1969 football team, often referred to as the Mooneymen in recognition of their late head coach, Tom Mooney. The record that season, 1969, was 8-2. It included a 6-1 finish atop the East Division standings of the Ontario-Quebec Athletic Association. They won the inaugural Shaughnessy Cup rivalry game, and then they captured what proved to be McGill's last Yates Cup title, a 17-0 shutout over the Toronto Varsity Blues for a crowd of 11,300 at Molson Stadium, and they were crowned the league champs. That was followed by a 20-8 victory over UNB at the Atlantic Bowl, and the semifinal, that game was played in Halifax, and they became the first team in school history to advance to the Vanier Cup championship game, which was a 24-15 loss at Manitoba on a frozen field, against Manitoba on a frozen field in Toronto. The roster had 37 players, and of those 37, 15 of them became physicians, 2 became judges, and 8 earned conference all-star status. Now, 3 of them earned all-Canadian status, namely offensive lineman Jay Harris, defensive back Dr. Chris Rumble, who once returned a punt 105 yards for a touchdown, and fullback Dr. David Fleischer, who became the school's first ever recipient of the Heck Creighton Trophy as Canada's Player of the Year. Aside from being a great tight-knit group on the field, they weren't too shabby off the field. They have all been very successful in their chosen professions. They have regular reunions all over the country. They've raised well over $300,000 in scholarship money for the McGill football program. And to help with this presentation, I call for the first time since this Hall of Fame ceremonies began 28 years ago, Earl the Pearl Zuckerman, who's now in his 45th year as Sports Information Officer at McGill Athletics. Thank you for doing what you do, Pearl. Thank you. So if we could get the team members from 69 to come up on stage, where we'll present a certificate and pose for a group photo. Sadly, 2 coaches and 5 players are no longer with us, so a family member is welcome to receive the award on stage. And if I could, as you come up, I'd like to read out the names of the team members. They included Dr. Ken Aiken, Dr. Robert Bell, Peter Bender, Dr. Robert Berk, Robert Chantler, Ian Chapman, Gordon Cleland, James Kalissa, Angus Curry, Justice David Doherty, Dr. Danielle Dalmage, Michael Evans, Gerald Goulet, Bill Holt, Dr. Ron Kelly, Justice Sal Lovecchio, Thomas McIver, Dr. William McKenna, Howard Mednick, Team Captain, Dr. Clifford Moore, Dr. Michael Nanny, Stephen Neville, David Norcott, Mark Pudvan, Patrick Raming, Kenneth Ross, Dan Smith, Dr. Scott Stewart, Dr. Jack Sutton, Robert Taylor, George Wall, Dr. John Wilkinson, Dr. Murray Wilson, Dr. Norman Woods. Is there a doctor in the house? The coaching staff included head coach Tom Mooney, offensive coach line coach Charlie Bailey, defensive line coach George Alavesatos, Tom Morin, who coached the linebackers and the defensive secondary. Other support staff included equipment manager George Jay, trainer Jim Adams, and his assistant trainers Al Hunter and Al Duguid. To say a few words on behalf of the team, I would like to ask Dr. Cliff Moore, the team captain, to the podium.
afternoon, first off, and I'd like to say it's an appropriate timing here for when you put us up on the stage, because we all have afternoon naps. Because it's 54 years ago that we were in the Vanier Cup, so that's pretty unbelievable. On behalf of the McGill football team of '69, I would like to express how deeply honored we are as a team to be inducted into the McGill Sports Hall of Fame. We thank you. Also, thank you to all our coaches, support staff, for significant part you played to help our team reach the levels it did. In particular, Charlie Bailey. He's influenced more athletes at McGill than anybody else, so Charlie, woo. In our Vanier Cup run, we were by far and away the smallest roster of any of the schools in our leagues, as was most of our team. We were small. Yeah, pretty small. Our team doc at the time was Dr. Hugh Brody, and he sent me a letter following our last team reunion in 2019, and I'd like to read a part of it to you now. Really, Cliff, I was with the football and hockey McGill teams for 25 years. It was a marvelous part of my professional life, but over and above that, I had a bond with your team unlike any other. That's an amazing endorsement, I can say. We had an incredible team bond and synergy. The whole was much greater than the parts. Missing today are a number of players who were integral parts of our team who are no longer with us. And in particular, I'd like to mention the name Dave Norcott. Dave was, over the years, a real proponent of getting our team recognized here by the organization. And unfortunately, Dave, who was planning to be here, passed away in a tragic accident a month ago. There are 4 quarters in a football game. There are also 4 quarters in life. Our team is receiving this prestigious award in our last quarter. Giving back to society is important, and I am proud of all my beautiful teammates here, because since graduation we have contributed financial support to our alumni and our university. Time goes by so quickly. Just ask us. Many of you are still in your first quarter of your life. So our team gives some advice to you. Be your own biggest competitor. Challenge yourselves every day. And challenge others to challenge themselves. True strength, true wisdom, true tenacity, and true courage is best seen when in action, so take action. Thank you, McGill Sports Hall of Fame. You have given us an awesome gift in the last quarter of our game.